Hi guys, this is Arun and I'm back with another video on development of lateral surface of a cone. We have our problem statement here. So we have a cone of base diameter 50 mm and height 60 mm, which is resting with its base on HP. It is cut as shown in the following front view, which is shown in the figure. We need to draw the development of lateral surface of it. Now it is unlike any other problem that we have seen here. The exact location of the cutting plane is not given in the problem statement. What is given is it is cut as shown in the following front view. So the front view is given to you, and what is given in the front view is the 60 mm and this triangle. Now inside the triangle you have got another triangle which is darker. So this means something. What it means is this is the total front view. Okay. So 60 mm height and the base will be 50 mm because the base dia is 50, that of the cone. And what you find is this dark triangle. This signifies uh, the remaining or the right portion of the cone. So what it means here is this line that you see is the section plane, and this section plane is parallel to the generator O dash A dash, this generator, and it is 10 mm away from the generator O dash A dash to the right side. I'll repeat, the section plane or the cutting plane is parallel to O dash A dash and it is 10 mm away on the right side. So this is your section plane. Now this section plane divides the cone into two halves or two portions. This is the left portion and this is the right portion. Now this right portion is darkened, indicates that you have to develop the right portion. Okay, you have to develop the right portion of the cone. Fine. So this is in a way different from whatever problems that you've seen till now. So it will be interesting to solve this particular problem. Now what you observe here is this cutting plane. Of course, it is cutting the generators. Now I will not tell you how to draw the generators, for cylinders and cone. Um, since they don't have any corners or slant edges or anything, you need to divide them into 8 equal parts and 8 generators. So OA, OB, OC, OD, OE, OF, OG and OH are the 8 generators of the cone, and this section plane is going to cut a few of these generators, as you can see here. Now the interesting part here is this section plane is not only cutting the generators, it is also cutting some portion of the base, as you can see here. So this is something new. So we need to understand how to handle this type of a situation where the cutting plane or section plane cuts the some portion of the base. So that we'll see here. Now before going into the solution, I have drawn the 3D model. So I'll show you how the 3D model exactly uh, looks like. So this is a 3D model of the cone and the section plane. So cone is in this yellow color and this red color indicates the section plane. So as you can see here, this section plane is parallel to this generator OA and it is 10 mm to the right of OA. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll split this cone into the left and the right portion, and since I don't want the left portion, I'll take out the left portion and then we'll see how the cone looks like, how the right portion of the cone looks like. So I'll take out the left portion of the cone, and this is how it looks like when you take out the left portion. Now I'll take out the section plane also. So this is what the right portion of the cone looks like. Okay, and this is what I have shown here and even here. This is how it looks like, the right portion of the cone. Now if you observe, It is a curve basically. A cutting plane or section plane indicates a curve. So if you join these intersection points, as you can see here, if you join all these intersection points, in this case there are 7 intersection points, 1 to 7, then this is the shape of the curve you're going to get. Okay. So now if you focus on these intersection points, you will see that 1, that is intersection point 1 and 7, are the intersection point of the section plane with the base. Okay. And intersection point 2 is the intersection with the generator OC. 3 is the intersection with the generator OD. 4 is the intersection with the generator OE. 5 is the intersection with the generator OF. 6 is the intersection with the generator OG. Okay, so there are totally 7 intersection points, out of which 5 are the intersections of the section plane with the generators, and 2, this 1 and 7, 2 are the intersection of the section plane with the base. So if you join all this is the shape you're going to get, a curve, and this totally is the right portion of the cone, what is left, and your job is to find out how much material you require to develop or to make this right portion of the cone. So this is what we are going to do here in the solution. So I'll be using the drawing instruments and paper, and by the manual method I'm going to draw the solution for this particular problem, and we'll see how to draw the front and top view of the cone, and then draw the development of the full cone, and then locate the intersection points, and then draw the development of lateral surface of this right portion of the cone. So we'll continue our discussion.
So, as per the statement of the problem, you have a cone of base diameter 50 mm and height 60 mm, and it is resting with its base on HP. It is cut as shown in the following front view. Now, this is the front view that is given to you along with the problem definition. So, what you see here is, in the front view you are given a triangle whose height is 60, and there is a cutting plane which is you can see this is a cutting plane which is 10 mm to the right of this left generator, and that is passing throughout the cone. Okay, so this cutting plane which is 10 mm to the right of the generator, it cuts the cone, and that is what is shown here. Now this cutting plane or section plane divides the cone into the left portion, that is this portion, and the right portion, and since this right portion is darkened, it means that you have to develop the right portion of the cone. Now in the front view the height of the cone is given as 60. So what is the base of the cone, the triangle, this particular horizontal length? It is 50 mm, because in the statement is given that the base diameter of the cone is 50 mm. So this length you can take it as 50. If it is given, it's fine. Even if it is not given, then you'll have to find out depending on the statement of the problem. Okay, now this is what will be given to you. Now you need to first draw the front and top view. So already the front view is given, you can draw it easily, but before that we'll draw the top view, which is nothing but a circle of 25 mm radius or 50 mm diameter. So let us draw that first. So 25, yeah. So I'll take the center. As this point here, and I'll draw the circle. Yeah, so you have the circle, and the diameter of this circle is 50, so that can be indicated like this. Diameter 50. Now since the circle doesn't have any slant edges, so we'll be creating the generators. So divide the circle into 8 equal parts. So I'll start with the horizontal generators and then the vertical generators, thereby dividing the circle into 4 equal parts. Then another set of generators at an angle of 45 degrees. So I guess somewhere here 45, and somewhere here, yeah. And here. So you have divided the circle into 8 equal parts, and these are generators. So O into bracket O1 is the axis where O is the apex of the cone, and O1 dash is the base of the is the center of the base. And you have these generators OA, OB, OC, OD, OE, OF, OG, and OH. Have these 8 generators. So now you'll have to project these generators onto the front view as we have done in the previous example. So A, B, C, D, all these generators you'll have to project onto the front view. B and H, C and G, and also O1, and D and F. Okay, and you can name them starting with A dash, and then this point is B dash into bracket F dash, sorry, H dash. B dash is in front, and H dash is behind, so H dash is in bracket. So this is the second point. And then O1 dash, of course, and C dash into bracket G dash, and then D dash into bracket F dash, and finally E dash. Okay, so now we will draw the front view of these generators, that is join all these points to the apex. So A dash is already joined to O dash, we will join B dash H dash to O dash. And already O dash is joined to O1 dash is joined to O dash, so C dash G dash is also joined to O dash by the axis line. So you can either draw the line or leave it as an axis line. Now you're joining this D dash F dash to O dash, so that would be this line, yeah, and already E dash is joined to O dash. So as you can see in the front view, you can see 5 generators, that is OA, OB, OC, OD and OE. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas these 3 generators OF, OG and OH are behind, so they will not be seen in the front. Now next step is you need to find out the intersection point that this section plane makes with the cone. Now if you observe, it is intersecting few of the generators, not all, but it is also intersecting some portion of the base. So as we have discussed earlier, some intersections are with the base and some intersections are with the generator. So we need to find these intersections. So one by one we'll do that. So we'll be starting from here, from this point. So you know that it is intersecting some portion of the base, but you don't know where exactly. So in such a situation, you project this onto the top view. This is the point of intersection. Project this onto the top view. So we'll do that. Yes. So when you do that, you come to know where exactly it is intersecting the base. So what you find here is the intersection point is, the section plane is cutting the base here at this point between B and C, some distance from B. You can name this as intersection point number 1, and here at this point. Okay, so this you could actually, if you see the sequence, it will be 7, but we'll name it later. Okay, or you can write it as of now, you can write it as intersection point number 7. Now 7 is between G and H, it is close to H. Okay, so this is the intersection of the section plane with the base. So there are 2 intersection points. Now we'll see the remaining intersection points, that is with the generators. Now if you observe, the section plane is cutting, it's not cutting OA, it's not cutting OB, it is cutting OC. Yes, it is cutting OC at this point. So this is you can say 2 dash, sorry, this is 2 dash. That means this point here, this point here is 1 dash. Okay, that is the front view of intersection point 1. 7 we'll see later where it comes. So you have got 1 dash here, intersection with the base, then 2 dash intersection with the generator OC, then it is intersecting the generator OD at this point here. So this is 3 dash. Then it is intersecting the generator OE at this point. So this is 4 dash. Then it is intersecting the generator OE, which is behind OD. You can see, OF, which is behind OD. So you can see F dash in bracket. So this is the generator OF. It is intersecting OF at the same point where you have 3 dash in the front view. So you can call this as 5 dash. So you can write here 3 dash into bracket 5 dash, same point. I'll just rub it here. And it is cutting OG, that is O dash G dash, OG is behind OC. It is cutting at the same point as 2 dash. So this is 2 dash into bracket, you can say 6 dash. 2 dash into bracket 6 dash, and it is not intersecting OH, so it is intersecting 5 generators, that is OC at 2, OD at 3, OE at 4, OF at 5, and OG at 6. So 5 intersection point. And last, you can see it is intersecting the base in between G and H, very close to H at this point 7. Okay, and so you can write this 1 dash into bracket 7 dash, because 7 is behind 1, so it won't be seen in the front view, so you can put that in bracket. So 1 dash into bracket 7 dash. So these are your 7 intersection points for this particular problem. Now our job is to make the full development of the cone and transfer these 7 intersection point onto the full development. Okay. Now before doing that, we need to find out whether these intersection points are on the true length or not. Now 1 and 7 are on the true length of the base, so nothing to worry. But among these 5 intersection points, only the intersection point 4 is on the true length of OE. Now here OE is the generator. Okay, so you need to understand that among the 8 generators, there are only 2 generators, that is OA and OE, which are in its true length in the front view. The remaining 6 generators OB, OC, OD, OF, OG and OH are not in the true length. Okay, so if you want to measure, you can check out that the true length of the generator is around 65 mm. 65. Okay. Similarly, O dash A dash is also 65 mm. Now since 4 dash is the only intersection point on this generator OE, so we can only find out the true length of O dash to 4 dash. Okay, but this intersection points 2, 3, 5 and 6, they are on the apparent length of the generators. So these distances are not true. The distance from O to 3 or O to 5, O to 2 or O to 6, these are not the true length. So what we need to do is, we need to project these intersection points onto the generator that is in true length, that is onto OE or OA. Now I am going to project onto OE. So 2 dash 6 dash I will project here. So this is the new point, 2 dash into bracket 6 dash. Now if I measure the distance from O dash to 2 dash or O dash to 6 dash, this is the true length. Okay. Similarly, I will project 3 dash 5 dash here. So this is a new point. This is 3 dash into bracket 5 dash. Okay. So now what you find is all the 5 intersection points with the generator are on the true length of the generator and not on the apparent length. So this is what you need to do first. Now what you are left with is transferring all these intersection point on the true length onto the development of lateral surface. So we need to understand that when we cut open a cone, say if you take a scissor and cut open at O dash A dash, and if you open it, you'll get the shape of an arc, the sector of an arc. So we need to draw the sector of an arc. So for drawing the sector of the arc, you will be requiring, so this is the shape of the arc. I'll just roughly draw. This is the shape of the arc. So this length, that is the radius of the arc, is nothing but the 65 mm. That is the true length of the generator. Now what we need to find is theta angle, that is the angle of the arc. Now it's a simple formula where you have r theta is equal to 2 pi r. Now here capital R is nothing but 65 mm, the true length of the generator. So theta, which we have to find out, is equal to 2 pi, which is nothing but 360 degrees, divided by 65 into small r is the radius of the base circle, which is 25 mm. So if you calculate this, it comes to be around 138.5 or 46 degrees. 138.46 degrees, or you can say 138.5 degrees roughly. Okay, so this is the calculation. I think I'll write the calculation here where it is clearly seen. R theta is equal to 2 pi r, therefore theta is equal to 360 degrees divided by 65 into 25. Okay, so here r is 65, capital R, small r is 25. So if you do this, you will be getting 138.5 degrees. Okay, so the theta angle is 138 degrees. So we need to draw an arc whose radius is 65 and whose angle is 138.5 degrees. So we'll draw that. This would give the full development of the cone by the radial line method. The method that we're using is the radial line method, which is used to develop pyramids and cones. Already we have done the example of pyramids. Now it will be useful for cones also. So let us draw that. So first I'll measure 65 mm. That is the length of this, the true length of the generator. So from here to here, yeah, true length of the generator. And I'll take a point here. Yeah, take a point here and I'll draw the arc. Just cross check whether the length is same. Yes. Yeah. So I've drawn an arc. I guess this is the center point. Yes. So I'll start with I'll join O to A. This is my starting point, OA, which is the first generator, and I'll measure 138.5 degrees. So 138. So somewhere here, I believe, roughly, not exactly, and I'll draw this. So yes, this would give me the complete development of the cone. So the total angle here is 138.5 degrees, okay, as per our calculation. Okay, now we need to divide this into 8 equal parts, or rather I would say you need to represent these 8 generators OA, OB, OC and remaining in this true development, in the full development of the cone. So I need to divide this. So there are a couple of ways. Either you can go on bisecting this or dividing this arc into 2 parts, then 4, then 6, then 8, like that, or simply 138 divided by 8, whatever is the angle, that angle you need to use. So roughly if you see 138 by 8, it comes to be around 8 by the 40, 7 is 56, 17.5 degrees roughly. Okay, so 17 to in between 17 and 18 roughly. So we'll ensure that each angle is 17 degrees and we'll keep on marking that. So this is one way. Now it is tough for me to draw because the protractor is not very accurate here. So the other way that I can use is I can divide this into 8 equal parts. So what I'll do is I'll keep on bisecting this arc one by one. So I'll take the two ends, this A and this A. So I'll start from this end here. I'll take a slightly more distance than the center, and I'll just draw an arc, and from the other end I'm going to retain the same distance and cut the arc. So if I join O, apex and this intersection, then I would be dividing the arc into 2 equal parts. Okay, now I am going to do the same thing for this arc. I am going to divide this portion of this sector of the arc into 2 equal parts. So again the same method, take a distance slightly more than the midpoint and make an arc, and from the other end maintain the same distance and cut the arc. Join the intersection point to the center of the arc. Yes. So you would have divided it into 2 equal parts again. Then I'll do the same here. From here slightly more than half, and from here cut it. So intersection point will be joined to the apex. So I divided the arc into 4 equal parts. Now I'll do the same and divide them again into 4 equal parts. So this is how you can divide a cone into 8 equal divisions without using a protractor by the manual method. So this is how actually you have to do by construction method. Okay, and if you have a lot of time. So I have divided them. Now I have to name them. So this is generator B, OA, OB, OC, OD, OE, OF, OG, OH, and of course you started with OA, you are ending with OA. This is the full development of the cone. Now next is we need to mark the intersection points, the true length of the intersection points here. So now if you see, we are starting with intersection point 1. So 1 is between B and C. So between B and C, so from B or from C you can take. So I'll take a distance from C. So from C, yeah. So from C I'm going to locate the point here. So this is intersection point number 1. Similarly, you can locate 7 also from G. So it is from G to 7. So between G and H. So from G to H. Yeah. So this is intersection point number 7. So 1 and 7 have been located. Similarly, you have to locate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you know O to 2 you can measure and you can locate. So from here to here. So from O to 2. Now 2 is the intersection with OC. So I'm going to locate 2 here on OC. Now you can see 2 and 6 are the same length. 2 and 6 are the same length, as you can see here. They're the same length. So I'm going to locate 6 also, but 6 is the intersection with OG. So I'm going to locate 6 same length on OG. So this is 2 and this is 6. Now left with 3, 4 and 5. So 3 and 5 same distance. So I'm going to save some time here. Yeah. So 3 is with OD. So O and D. So OD here, and 5 is with OF. So OF here. Okay. So this is intersection point number 3 and this is intersection point number 5. Now we're left with intersection point 4, which is on OE. So I'm going to measure that length 4 to O, and it is on OE. So from O, so this point. So this is intersection point number 4. So you have intersection point number 1 between B and C, 2 on OC, 3 on OD, 4 on OE, 5 on OF, 6 on OG, and 7 between G and H. So I have located all the intersection points. Now I need to join them by a curve. As you had seen earlier in the video, all the intersection points are to be joined by curve, because if you take a section plane and cut a cone, then you are going to get a curve at the cutting plane. the shape of the curve. So draw it by freehand. So this is the curve. It's not very accurate. Yeah. Since you're drawing by freehand, the accuracy suffers. So 5 to 6 to 7. Yes. So this is the by freehand a curve, and since because of this section plane, uh, the cone is divided into the left portion and the right portion. You need to develop the right portion as per the statement of the problem. So the right portion is this portion, the lower portion. Left portion is the upper portion. So you can darken this portion of the arc to indicate the right portion of the cone. So once again, yes. So what you see here, this entire portion is the development of lateral surface of the right portion of the cone, which you get because of the cutting plane. So this is how you use the radial line method to develop the cone when it is cut by a section plane. So I hope the process was clear, and please practice this problem. I'll be back with another video on development of lateral surface.